Who wants another sin? Pick a sin, any sin. We've had wrath, we've had envy, we've had pride. Pick a sin, sir. What sin would you like? 7 deadlies, please.
Me no understand.
Me not understand. There isn't one of those. Anyone?
Lust.
Lust. So lust is a wonderful thing. And neuroscience has come onto the scene just in time, because there are a number of ways in which neuroscience can cast light on this ancient vice of lust. So, lust goes along with 2 others. Lust is basically the sex urge, which is basically there, evolutionarily, biologically speaking, to get us to pass on our genes by hook or by crook, without being terribly discerning over who you actually choose to couple with. We've all been there, right? When the urge of lust kicks in, it's not necessarily targeted at the person you're in a relationship with. Lust is a bit indiscriminate. But then there's this other thing, love. Love lasts for 8 to 18 months, the passionate stage of romantic love. We shouldn't get confused about it. Songs, movies, novels, sends us a load of nonsense about everlasting love. Love, there is another form of love, but it's not the really intense, romantic, intoxicated, obsessed stage. There's a third one, it's long-term bonding. So this is a relay race. The lust, sex drive, gets you to pass on your genes by hook or by crook. That's why it's troublesome. It's the sex drive bit, it's the random, indiscriminate love, sex, lust, erotica, that is the problem. There's nothing wrong with love, because that helps you to synchronize your lives with someone else for long enough to slip into phase 3, long-term bonding, where you might not think they're absolutely amazing anymore, but at least you especially selected them as being better than the others, right? The person you're in love with is usually considered, by you at least, more lovable than all the others. So the long-term bonding enables you to synchronize your lives so that if you have children, you can halve the burden. Child rearing is possible with one parent, but you need at least one carer, and if you have 2, it makes the task a hell of a lot easier. Not only that, it helps, you can't always be there. We get ill, sadly, as humans. So if you've got a partnership in the child rearing, it's better. So that's the biological basis of lust, love, and long-term bonding.
Ask.
The lust... This is a monologue. This is speaker's corner, not dialogue corner. I'm joking. What's your question, sir?
I don't take you seriously anyway, because your brain is not in the right place.
Apparently my brain is not in the right place. We have an anatomist in our midst.
Another thing, I've never heard such a loud bollocks in my life. Because I got a wife, she's 50 years with me, and she still loves me without sex.
Well, that's brilliant. No, wait. That's fine. The sex that you're done with the sex.
Rubbish.
From the perspective...
To 18 months, love lasting.
The intoxicating, romantic stage of love lasts that long. Trust me, sir. Okay, this is a tangent. With respect, sir, I'm sorry that I wasn't clear.
Okay,
I will be clear now. The problem with lust is that when you're in a long-term relationship, like this man here with his wonderful wife who loves him as passionately...
This gentleman.
The gentleman.
Learn English. Yeah.
The gentleman over here with his wife.
By the way, he's good looking. Is he gay?
What?
Ask him.
Is he your boyfriend?
No. He's good looking. Is he gay?
The problem with lust...
Ask him that question.
No, you are definitely...
is that it's quite indiscriminate. And even when you're deeply in love, like this woman is with this man, your eye can still wander. And then you end up with the problem of adultery. Feeling the urge of lust is not a sin, and there's nothing biologically wrong with it.
No sin in the world anyway.
Acting upon that is not necessarily good for the community. Now, for those of you who've been here since the beginning and are not confused and heckling me unhelpfully...
No, I've been here since you were not even born, and I never saw such a boring person.
So he's underage.
He's your boyfriend.
The speaker is... No way.
So, raising someone else's children in a kind of cuckoo nest circumstance is not necessarily a major problem in a relationship.
Okay.
But the psychology of attraction has some interesting things to offer. And also, if you stick people in the brain scanner when they've been watching too much porn, you also find that the brain becomes remodeled through neuroplasticity But I'll get onto that in 2 minutes if I can just deal with the adultery question very quickly without interruption. So the problem about adultery is you should never be annoyed with your partners if you see them looking with lust in their eyes at another human that's not you, because that is perfectly natural and perfectly normal. Acting upon it is another matter. No human can control what does and does not turn them on. Every human can control whether or not they act on those lusty feelings. It's a really simple differentiation. The problem with adultery is primarily that if you cheat on your partner, if you actually act on those feelings of lust,